Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, God, oh, yes. The question that should be alarming people is, have I been to bed or am I just waking up? Oh, God, and of course, Jake's little cowards come out. I did what you asked, Jake. Reactivate your cooking channel. Of course, you fucking won't. Because you know you suck. You know you suck. No, I didn't do it because I wanted to talk to you. One, it'd be pointless. And two, you're not a very interesting person to talk to. No, I did it. I did it purely for you to reactivate your cooking channel. I've done my part, you little bitch boy. I've done mine. But you know you can't do yours because you fucking suck. Oh, God. God, sometimes it is so great to be me. Come on, Jake. Want to see that new dish? I don't care what it is. You just finally admit defeat and microwave SpaghettiOs. So anyway, we're going with this incredibly in shape old man with burgers.
Serious Keto, and in this video I'm going to show you the one ingredient super simple trick to make the juiciest burgers I've ever had. The inspiration for this video came from one of my viewers, Kathy, who asked if I had ever tried velveting beef. Velveting is a technique traditionally used in Chinese cooking that involves marinating generally tougher cuts of meat in a combination of soy sauce, egg white, cornstarch, and one other ingredient that I'm going to talk about in a minute. The marinade is then rinsed off prior to making the beef. Now, the technique that I'm about to show you is way more simple. It's just one ingredient. You probably have it in your pantry, and it makes some really juicy burgers. So why don't we start making some burgers? So I have here 2 pounds of ground beef, and to that I'm going to add our secret ingredient, baking soda. Now you don't want to dump the baking soda right on top of the meat. We're going to make a slurry instead, and the ratio is 1/4 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon of water per pound of beef. So I'm using a ½ teaspoon of baking soda and 2 tablespoons of water. I'm going to pour this slurry on top of the beef, and then I'm going to gently mix it together. I'm using more of a pinching and turning motion. I don't want to compress the meat.
I've never heard that. Also, you don't need to wear gloves when you're working with beef. It's fucking beef. You can eat the shit raw.
Keep it still fairly crumbly while making sure that it gets mixed. It's kind of like making biscuits if you've ever done that. Once the meat is all nice and mixed, I'm going to set this aside for 45 to 60 minutes in the fridge. So here's my baking soda ground beef, and here I've got a baseline batch of just regular beef with my standard seasoning, which I'm going to show you right now on the baking soda meat. So I start with some ground pepper, fresh ground pepper to taste, and then I'm going to add my umami powder. This stuff really brings out the beefy flavor. I will include a link to that recipe video in the upper right hand corner of the screen. I usually go about 1 teaspoon per pound of beef. Then I'm going to mix that all together, similar motion to what I did mixing in the baking soda. And then I'm going to start forming my patties. Well, actually not patties, they're balls, because I'm going to be making smash burgers. These are each probably between 1/4 pound and 1/3 pound. And I'm going to make sure to keep them separate so I don't confuse my baseline group from the baking soda group. And then it's time to cook these burgers up on my Blackstone. Currently, it is 39 degrees outside here in southeast Wisconsin, but my griddle is a ripping hot 680, so this is not going to take very long at all. And I used a little visual management here to know which side was the baking soda burgers, so I don't confuse them during the taste test. Now this goes incredibly quickly. I'll start by throwing all of the meatballs down on the griddle, and then smashing them with my trusty burger smasher. By the time I've smashed all 14 of the burgers, they're ready to flip. That's how quickly this goes.
Didn't do that good.
And look at the crust on this burger. Oh, so good. After they've all been flipped, they only take about another minute on the griddle before they're ready to come off. So now it's time to go and have a taste test. So here I have just the standard baseline ground beef with my umami powder. And here is the version with the baking soda.
What the hell is wrong with you?
So we'll cut through. This is actually fairly juicy because I have my beef ground at 80-20. That's really good.
God, you're annoying.
Love that umami powder. You gotta check out my recipe for that. All right, I'm gonna leave my thoughts at that right now and try out this other one. And again, I'm gonna cut it so you can see. I don't know if it's real obvious, but it seems like this one leaked a little bit more juice than this one. Oh, look at that. When I poke at this, I don't know if you can see that, but like, look at that. Look at that juice right there. Wow. It really seems to hold on to it. Okay. That is, sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full here. It's that good. It is so juicy.
No, it's not.
Wow. I tell you what, though. If you don't believe me, I'm going to let my wife try it. And you can see her expression when she tries this out. So, she got through.
It looks juicy, yeah.
It leaves some juice. Well, you're sopping up all the juice, but okay, go ahead.
It's good because it's 80-20, right?
Great, I'm supposed to take the word of this haggard hag.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's not as good as my brisket burgers, but all right.
And you're wearing the cultish t-shirts of your husband.
Okay, good that you sopped up that.
A lot more juice.
Yeah, see the difference? Mm-hmm. Wow, it's night and day. Mm-hmm. So little work to make beef Tastes so much. Oh, I mean, it's nuts how juicy it is. It's like you cut into it, it doesn't drip at all, but once you chew it, it's just all the juices in the meat.
Good stuff.
That's fucking impossible. Like, seriously, that's fucking impossible. You can't have something that exudes juice or does nothing, but somehow, some way is still juicy. Yeah, I got a bridge to tell you in Brooklyn, my friend.
Hey, hungry? Want me to make you a snack?
So now we have sandwich horror. Why are you so concerned with... Wait, why the fuck are you so concerned with tan lines? You're perfectly willing to be bare-ass naked. I mean, at least you have a private residency, so at least you should be able to sunbathe nude. Or what, is that the level of self-respectability you can't cross?
Perfect. Here you go. Hey, hungry? Want me to make you a snack?
Approaching source, Captain. Put it on.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Hey, hungry? Want me to make you a snack?
I just made myself some lunch and it was so delicious. I am definitely going to make some of these for when the kids get out of school too, because I know they're going to love them too. First, take some burrito tortillas and then grab some roast beef. My roast beef was like glued shut. It was ridiculous. Just lay some roast beef down on that tortilla. I recommend doing like 2 pieces, not 3, because this one was definitely loaded. And then like 2 pieces of cheese. I'm doing provolone, but you could do Swiss too. And then just roll those up and put them seam side down on your pan, just like this. And then you are going to go and grab some butter. And it took me forever to look for butter too, because somebody used it all and just left the package in there, which was probably me, honestly. And then you're gonna melt that in the microwave, and then
What the hell's with all this background noise?
add some garlic and herb seasoning to that, and then just spread that on top of those tortillas. And you're gonna bake those at 400 degrees for about 20 or so minutes until they're nice and golden. While those are baking, you're gonna make your little au jus packet.
By the way, I'm gonna say this again, and I'm gonna keep saying this. Jake moved the fucking goalposts. All Jake said was all I had to do was watch a video to the end, and he'd start his cooking channel up again. And now he's saying, well, no, you need to watch all my video. Yeah, Jake, the reason you're moving the goalposts is you know you can't beat me.
So just follow the little package directions. I'm just doing mine in the microwave. I'm not even sure if that's on the package, but I just mix it all together like the packet says, and then put it in the microwave for like 5 minutes or so, and then whisk again, and then just leave it warm in there. Whenever those are all done, make sure they're nice and crispy on the edges too, because mine were absolutely delicious on the edges. That was my favorite part of it. Then you're gonna take those and dip them in your au jus, and you have these perfect little French dip roll-ups that took no time at all to make. I just made myself some lunch and it...
I can't decide if she's hot or not. Anyway, let's move on.
Let me show you how I do this easy holiday ham, and it's packed with flavor.
One big can't start a cheesesteak video without homemade fresh whole
Let's smoke an easy holiday ham. I'm starting off with a spiral sliced 12-pound ham I picked up at my local grocery store. You can order a ham or you can pick one up from your store spiral sliced or not sliced, or a green ham. Is completely up to you.
Doesn't matter. Horror ham is pre-cooked, so what you do to it is jack and
I'm going to start off by using a little bit of mustard as a binder. I'm using Dijon mustard today on this ham, and it's not going to take a lot at all.
Well, thank you, hillbilly boy, but in reality, all you're doing is just putting lipstick on a pig. Ham will always taste the way it is. It's ham. There's no way to alter the flavor. There's no way to do a goddamn thing to it. Ham is what it is.
I'm just going to get something just a little bit for that rub to stick to. And no, you're not going to be able to taste this mustard. No, you're not. Now, once we get that Dijon mustard all over this spiral sliced ham, remember, this ham is
kind of like you'll never actually see another actual cooking video again. You won't see one. He'll keep moving the goalpost. Because I think he's actually gone through the only things he can actually cook.
It's already cooked. We're double smoking it. We're warming it back up and we're putting some flavor on it. I'm going to take our honey rub. You use any sweet rub that you like. I'm just using our honey rub today. That's it. That's all I'm going to put on that thing. Now, I've got it kind of in the center of the rack here. I'm going to take this glove off. And I'm going to take a small thing of orange juice and put in the bottom of this pan here. I want to introduce just a little bit of moisture in the bottom of this pan. Matter of fact, with this big pan here, I think I'm going to put a little bit more water in there. I'm actually going to put a little over halfway of this filled up with a little bit of water. You can use more orange juice if you want. It don't matter. I just really wanted to introduce a little bit of moisture to this ham. It seems like to me, I've cooked a lot of hams over the years. If you throw it right on the grate to do it, it seems like the ham is a little bit more drier at the end. If you introduce just a little bit of moisture in a pan and cook it in a pan like this, the ham turns out so much better. Try it for yourself. Tell me in the comments below which method you like better.
I have. And here's the method I like for my ham. Going to the deli and getting sandwich meat that also has ham on the name. I hate big ass ham. I don't care if the ham is boneless, skinless, bone in, bone out, doesn't matter. It all tastes like dog shit.
I've got my Smoking Brothers grill fired up out here, and let's go out here and get this ham on and let it go. Remember, we're gonna let it go to about 115, 120 degrees, and then we're gonna start glazing it with a fruit glaze I'm gonna make up of some of our glazes here. Let's.
I don't know, Fiera, have I been to bed yet? Did I just wake up yet? Does it matter? You really need to talk to your master, Jake, and tell him I did what he requested of me to do, so he needs to start producing cooking videos again.
Get the ham on. All right, we've got our Smoking Brothers grill fired up. Now today we're using some of those rollup hickory blended charcoal pellets in here. We've got it running about 300 degrees to roast this ham. You can run it anywhere from 225 to 350. It's completely up to you, whatever you want to do. I'm gonna get it in here and let it go. Now, I'm gonna shut the door for about an hour before I even come back and check on it. And I know it's not gonna be done then, but somewhere around that hour and a half mark, I'm gonna guess we're gonna start glazing this ham. It should take a little over 2 hours, maybe even 2.5 hours to warm it up. All right, we'll be back in 1 hour. All right, to make a glaze for this easy holiday ham, this is gonna be a banger when it comes to flavor. I'm gonna use all three of my glazes. You don't have to do that. You can use one, you can use melted fruit. You can do whatever you wanna do. You can actually use the pack that come with.
Honestly, Fiera, when I go to work, I'm up actually about an hour before this, at least, if not 2 to 3 hours before this. But no, you go run back to your fucking master and you tell him I've completed his little challenge. Now tell him to start producing cooking videos again so I can make fun of him.
The ham if you want and doctor it up. It's completely up to you. I don't do that. That's not me. I want to use my stuff. I know what flavors that I like. But if you have something you like, be sure to use them, please. So I'm gonna take some of my, this would be the pineapple glaze, and let's just go, I don't know, maybe, that's a little less than a half a cup, maybe half a cup. I'm gonna do 3 equal parts, 3 half cups. And that should be more than enough. And the reason I'm doing these flavors, I really like the traditional, I don't know, this seems like it brings back flavors that I remember eating as a child, the way that my grandmother does it. And of course, she didn't have those glazes, she didn't have none of that, right? But she did use pineapple and she used cherries and...
Yeah, well, guess what? My grandma couldn't cook worth a shit. She overcooked everything to fuck. Actually, both my grandmas did that. There was not a foodie in the family until me.
Brown sugar and all that kind of stuff. So just mixing up these glazes.
So I don't really give a rat's ass what my grandma would have liked.
Like this. I'm just going to baste on this ham, and then I'm going to use some good old turbinado organic sugar that we've got here, dust on the outside like a holiday baked ham, and just create a really, really flavorful holiday ham.
You're going on vacation. Have a good vacation. And just so you know, before you go on your vacation, he's already changed the terms. You see, on Dave's Opinions, I did a stream where I fulfilled it, and I called him out for it, and then saying, "Oh no, you have to respond to every one of his cooking videos." Then we know it's not that. We know it's not. Jake can't cook for shit, so he's just gonna hide behind shit. You can already see it in the comments. Jake can't cook for shit, and he knows it. So he's using his little army to, I don't know. Get me to try to back off or something. He knows I'm not going to. Which, again, Jake, I did what you wanted. I did what you wanted. And already I've got one person that I can convert. Come on. I did your little video. Now, start making cooking videos again. Start making the cooking videos again.
If you don't like this, something's wrong with you. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's let that ham finish smoking, and we're gonna get out there to glaze this little bit of sweet candied heat on there and dust it with that turbinado sugar.
All right, I'm done. Sorry. The reason I'm not on board with this is I'm not a fucking goddamn hillbilly hick.
Forget what you know about pizza. Chicago thin crust pizza breaks every single rule.
Once you pop them, you can't stop.
As a New Yorker, my favorite type of pizza might surprise you. Put a margarita pizza, a New York slice, a Sicilian, and a Chicago thin crust pizza in front of me, I'm grabbing the squares every time. Now, the real pizza of Chicago, the thin crust, is defined by a cracker-like crust. And after some time in Chicago, studying this style of pizza with my friends, I've discovered discovered the secret to achieving that cracker-like crisp, and today I'm gonna share that with you. This is my Chicago-style pepperoni cherry pepper thin crust. And it obviously starts with pizza dough. Now, my research is largely sourced from two Chicago natives and pizza snobs, Adam Witt and Tony Scardino from Professor Pizza. And Adam has a more traditional style crust, so with his blessing, we're gonna be using that crust today. I'll leave a link to Adam's channel. Go show him some love. So we've got bread flour here. You could use all-purpose, but you kind of get a slightly different texture. I like the texture we get with bread flour, and we're gonna need 725 grams of it. Then one of the more iconic parts of this dough, we're gonna use 25 grams of cornmeal. We're also gonna be using this on the pizza peel. They're almost like ball bearings, right? Help slide the pizza off the peel. We're gonna need 370 grams of water, around 90 degrees. And to that water, 60 grams of olive oil. Then in a separate bowl, we're gonna take instant yeast. We need 4 grams of that. And instant yeast is nice. We don't need to bloom it. We can just add it right in, and it's gonna work great. Remove that, add another little bowl, and then 10 grams of salt, and then 10 grams of sugar. Okay, everything's measured out. Now you could use a bowl to make this, a KitchenAid, or it's easy as throwing it all in a food processor. Just gonna give the two flours a little mix, and we're gonna get that in there. Let it go and then stream in the liquids. You just wanna run it until a ball starts to run around the blade.
The biggest lie in fitness is that you have to choose between reaching your goals and actually enjoying your food. Cook Unity gives you both. Precise macros and unforgettable flavor. Our top chefs design meals with over 40 grams of protein.
So now that ball's come together, right? Now what we're gonna do is let this rest for 20 minutes, come back, and then we're gonna add in the yeast. Our 20 minutes is up. Look how much stretchier it already is. It's not that tacky. We kind of want it on the drier side too. So what I'm gonna do, pour in the yeast, and then we're gonna let it go for another 30 seconds. Did I really just break it? Oh, man. Never happens during the test, right? Always when I shoot. All right, we resort to hand now. I'm gonna work that yeast in a little bit more. Now, if it's in the KitchenAid or if it's still in the food processor, that still works. Leave it in there, let it rest another 30 minutes. All right, now, so we're gonna open it up. I'm gonna take the sugar and the salt. I'm gonna add it in. Then I'm gonna just start to knead it in the bowl. Try and suck up all that salt. And I can take it out of the bowl. We're just gonna do some final kneading, work that sugar and salt in there. If you still had it in the food processor, you would just be letting it go. So at this point, the dough shouldn't really be sticky at all. Almost on the drier side. And now all that salt and sugar is absorbed. I kneaded it for about 3-5 minutes, and now I'm just shaping it until we get a ball. You can almost see the little flecks of cornmeal in there. Nicely incorporated. That adds some nice flavor to the dough. So now what I wanna do is portion it in half. Should be about 2 600-gram pieces, and then cut those in half. Now you just wanna take them, fold it in, pinch the bottoms, pull it in, and start to pinch the bottom with the edges of your hand. So we got a nicely shaped ball, sealed up at the bottom. Set that off to the side, repeat the rest. Now we've got 4 Pyrex bowls. I'm gonna go in and each one just add like a little teaspoon of olive oil. I'm gonna go in, coat the thing with olive oil. Now from here, we cover them, and we have options. You could go ahead, leave these out, let these rise, let them double in size, and cook them later. One of the things Tony Scardino does is the trick that we're going to show you, he would do, he just doesn't have the space to do it. So the option he goes for is par baking the dough, which if you wanted to cook this later, you'd roll it out thin, par bake it, then...
I'm not asleep yet. Well, let's move on. All right.
This bubble less.
Probably.
And then we'll add chicken stock and
the most famous dead cooking channel of them all. They were at one point on top of the universe. Epic Mealtime. Epic Fast Food Lasagna, blah, 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 blah. 6.5 million subscribers, yada, yada, yada.
In Minneapolis, Your voice matters.
Son of a goddamn
Participate
cunt.
in our anonymous resident.
Call this fast food.
Hi.
15 Big Macs, please.
Excuse me?
15 Big Macs, please.
How much Big Macs?
15.
Trios or just the Big Mac?
Just the Big Macs.
15 Big Macs? Yeah, it's 76 and 73 cents.
Okay, and can I get a liter of Big Mac sauce on the side?
No problem.
Thank you. That was incredibly easy.
Come inside, sir, because you have to park your car anyway. So
Yeah, we're gonna come in.
like how many shots?
You see your cut? That. Big Mac sauce.
It's gonna be like almost $10.
That's cool. $10. Let's do it. And an apple pie, please.
Take two for 130.
Okay, I'll take two. I'll take 4.
Is it party? Like
No.
Oh my god, that's an awesome thing.
There you go. Apple pie is for all the children.
Thank you.
Tell your friends to watch epiclifton.com.
Oh, thanks.
What is going on?
15 Baconators.
What?
15 Baconators.
What? 15 Baconators?
Yeah.
Okay. Just
Cool.
the sandwiches?
Just the sandwiches.
Alright. Okay, come to the second window.
how long? 15 minutes?
All right, we're gonna go over to A&W real quick. We'll be right back.
Bonjour, bienvenue chez AW. Est-ce que je peux prendre the commande?
15 teen burgers. No vegetables.
2 teen burgers? So no lettuce, tomato, and onions? And pickles?
All the vegetables. None of them.
15?
Yeah.
Okay, with all no lettuce, tomato, pickles,
No
onions.
vegetables. Anything that could be considered a vegetable, I don't want it on the burger.
Okay, so 15 teen burgers.
No vegetables. And can I get 7 onion rings, please?
7 onion rings?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why. I'm like wondering, why are you ordering that many? Why no vegetables? Lettuce is good.
No, it's not. How long will it be?
I actually don't know. No one's ever made 15 burgers. Maybe like 10 minutes max, not even.
All right, we're gonna go to Wendy's. We'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good.
Also, hi.
Are my burgers ready?
A few more minutes.
You want me to wait here?
Come in the second window if you like.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What are you guys making?
Secret.
Okay.
From now on, nothing goes down unless I'm involved. No nuggets, no onion rings, no nothing. A cheeseburger gets sold in the park. I want it. You got fat while we starved on the streets. Now it's my turn.
Ripping off strips of that bacon-ish. Tray by the tray all day. Onions and bacon for that custom sauce. Tasty meat poop. Some ground beef penetration. Tomato sauce. Jack Dagnall sauce and a meat sauce.
All right. Look, I like Jack Daniels, Jim Beam as much as the next guy, but Jesus fucking Christ.
15 Big Macs, 15 Baconators, 15 teen burgers, no veggies, custom Jack Dagnall's meat sauce. Your little brain.
That's the burger base Baconator layer, player. More bacon strips. Custom sauce. Packing in the teen burgers. The middle child. More bacon strips. Dripping 1 liter of Big Mac sauce. Well, this is a sauce and lasagna. Cheese up this big old motherfucker. Big Mac on the top layer. Meat sauce and strips. Bacon strips. Onion rings for a crispy tip. More cheese. Boom.
Who's hungry now? Who's hungry now? Beer burger bacon buddies. Come here, film this. Get that. There you go. Film that. How's that look? How's that look?
It's money. There's mine.
Here, I want to go up the cheese ring and then you're gonna bite. Are you ready?
What do you want me to
I'm
bite?
just when I say bite, you bite, okay?
When I say go, you go.
Bite.
Am I biting the
You
cheese?
f***ing idiot.
And the cheese.
No, you just bite the burger when I tell you to.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
Okay, go. You're f***ing the worst.
Next time, we eat a rusty hook.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Ashley with 4 Patriots. We're in a bit of trouble. To put it plainly, we need to clear out some space in our warehouse fast. We recently received a massive shipment of survival food, and right now our shelves are overflowing. But our pain is your gain. To clear out our backlog, we're authorizing a special deal. Buy one 72-hour survival food kit, get 2 for free. You heard that right. You're getting 3 kits, but only paying for 1. That's enough food for you and 2 loved ones to survive a long weekend, or more than a week's worth of meals for you, all for the price of a single kit. This may be the most important decision you make today. We all know when a crisis hits, food is the first thing to go. Whether it's a blackout, a freak storm, or even just civil unrest. And when it happens, you don't want to be elbowing folks to get to the last bag of rice. But more importantly, you don't want just any old food. You want meals that taste great and last. These kits are packed with delicious breakfasts, lunches, and dinners, designed to last 25 years. It's insurance for your pantry, but even better because it's easy to make and actually taste like a home-cooked meal. Even picky eaters love it. But you need to hurry. We can't afford to do this deal forever. Once our warehouse hits normal levels, that's it. We're closing this page, and you'll have to pay full price for each survival food kit you want. There's another reason we're doing this too. We're a family-owned American company, and we believe in giving back. The last thing we want to do is ship you a box and say, good luck. You deserve to be truly prepared for the next emergency. So, when you grab this deal, you'll get an exclusive invitation to something very special. A live online training session with preparedness expert Seth Weller and his team of top-tier survival consultants. They'll teach you how to get the most out of your survival food. Plus, some fun tips and tricks to turn your meals into dinner table masterpieces. Even if you're not an expert chef, these folks are friendly, knowledgeable, and dedicated to helping you make the most of your survival food. They've been in the preparedness industry for decades and have helped people around the world get prepared for worst-case scenarios. Other classes like these go for up to $150 a pop. That is, if they're even offered. But your ticket is free this time as a thank you for helping us clear some inventory. We'll even throw in a $25 gift certificate to help cover your next purchase and a digital copy of our Ultimate Survival Handbook. But remember, this deal could end as soon as tonight. There's no guarantee it'll still be open if you leave and come back tomorrow. The safest thing to do is to act now while your buy one, get 2 free deal is still active. Don't wait.
All right, let's go with everyone's favorite mustache man, Artie.
0.6 pounds. It's a monster. We're not going to do that all afternoon, all night, low and slow smoke. We're actually after burnt ends today. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate the point from the flat, because usually the burnt ends are only made from the point part of the brisket. We'll season this up, get it into the smoker, and then move on to whipping up some magic in the meantime. That's right, we'll be making a sweet, savory, delicious barbecue sauce for these burnt ends. Because you see, you can't really have burnt ends without a delicious sauce. Sure, you could use your favorite one out of the bottle, but you could also try this one too. It's a Texas style, and it's just right. And in this video, I'll show you how to smoke that point to perfection and when to add the sauce for a delicious finish. I really just want to do these burnt ends the way I would like to enjoy them in my backyard and the way that I think you would like to enjoy them in your backyard with your family and or your friends. Let's get started with the trimming. Now this is a big old honker. It's 21.6 pounds. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought it. It's huge. Well, I do know what I was thinking. I was trying to find the most meat that I could find for burnt ends, which the burnt ends part is actually up here at the top of the brisket. Now, it really kind of depends on who you talk to. Some people call...
All right, I think this is what I'm gonna call it. I'm starting to nod off a little bit, as you can tell. Well, anyway, nothing from Jake, nothing from anyone. Again, I knew he'd never do it. And no, I don't care about talking to him again. No, I don't care about this. I just wanted to reactivate his cooking channel so I can make fun of it. Good night, everybody.